We have a comment here from an angry fan on the Facebook from Buffalo Sabres from their loss of 4-3. I'm about to mail my Sabres jersey back to Terry and Kim, but the post office deemed hazardous material. Yikes.
Ooh, yikes. Hey,
Okay.
they could give it to their legends, though.
Yeah.
If they send some go-ahead ones, they might have the proper ones. Please send your legends jerseys so we can spell the names right.
Help a legend out.
I've got another long one here from a Facebook fan, Dan. This one's quite a long one, and it should be interesting to get you guys' opinion on this one. So it reads, I know this team sucks, and I could pretty much pick on any of them, but I just don't understand why. Why is Casey Middlestat on the ice in the final 2 minutes of regulation with 1 goal lead? Then he's out first shift in overtime. Thoughts?
Interesting. I mean, I understand why he's probably not happy to put Casey Middlestat on the ice, but who do we have left at center? Like
Sam Reinhart.
Dude, just load it up with penalty killers. Like Curtis Lazar, Toby Reeder, and then three defensemen.
We usually do start every overtime with Lazar to win the draw, but he's out now, so...
Yeah, but was he in the game?
I don't know for that one.
Lazar? No, Lazar's not. Right now, Middlestat's playing first-line center. Reinhardt's playing second-line center. So injuries... And Eakin's just been brutal this year, so you're not going to put Eakin on.
Yeah,
This
you got
goes back to
Eakin,
too
you got
many wingers.
Middlestat. You got Fogarty, Stephen Fogarty, who's a bit of a washed-up player. Riley Sheehan, who we signed as a depth guy just in case of injury. Like, I mean, I'm frustrated with having Middlestat rush to play top 6 roles, but like, who else do you have, right?
I have another interesting comment here, and this one was a comment from a fan on the post-game live stream from the 4-3 loss. The most comment on that guy was when the owners don't care about the team and they don't want to pay for quality, you get this. The Sabres are a tax write-off for them. They have the bills. That's all they care about. Now this ties back very well to our conversation earlier about the owners.
Yeah, I mean that they're not entirely wrong. They love the Bills. You know, you never see them coming out and saying they're gonna have to cut bill funding so they can fund their super yacht. Like, the Bills is their cash wagon. The Sabres, however, like, it's kind of coming out clearer and clearer that they really don't give a crap.
It kind of makes sense, though, when you compare, like, an NHL franchise to an NFL one. Even a small NFL one is probably in the top 10 for, like, NHL franchises in terms of net worth. They really can't compare and compete, really. Like, think about ESPN's deal with the NHL. $400 million for half the TV rights. ESPN's deal for, like, I think it's the next 10 years with the NFL is $100 billion.
Yeah.
It's not even close.
I also think if I was the owner of a fan base that likes to jump through tables, I'd be pretty scared of cutting money from that team as well. I wouldn't want to be thrown through a table. It shows, though, that, yeah, they don't care. When, I know, going back to the comment before with Middlestat, if you look at what the owners did, that's why they're in this position. They signed all these wingers, don't have centers. I know injuries and COVID is affecting that a lot, so it's not just on them. But it doesn't look like they were prepared to have enough centers anyway. And that shows that, especially when they're super hands-on, that they either don't know what they're doing or they think they know what they're doing and they're just making all these mistakes, and who knows what's going on there. And it just shows that these, like, the Buffalo Sabres, how do these fans have any hope and trust their owners at all when they don't care, and when you're looking at their center depth as Casey Middlestat, Sam Reinhart, Ramis Asplund, and Cody Eakin? That shows they don't care. That shows that they don't care.
It definitely doesn't help that 4 of their centers at the start of the year are now out, with Eichel's out, Gergenson's out, Curtis Lazar is out, and we traded Stahl. So, like, we're testing the depths of a center, you know. And I guess it's good at least that you get to see looks on guys to see, okay, who should I keep, who should I not keep. But when your number one center is Casey Middlestat or Riley Sheehan, it's just like, at what point are we just running the circus on ice?
I've got a pretty. Oh, go ahead, JJ.
In overtime, I mean, I know this year you're only playing teams in your division, but if we look at some of the most elite overtime teams, who do they have? McDavid, Draisaitl. Well, like Crosby, like players like that. These are like legendary players who are out there, and maybe their thinking is, oh, Casey Millsap's young, he's really fast, that's 3-on-3 hockey. But when you're throwing him out there to compete against like Crosby, Draisaitl, like Ovechkin, even they don't stand a chance, and that shows that the owners have no clue what they're doing and are making mistakes. And I feel for that man.
Really sad comment here from Reddit, the r/Sabres Reddit. This one's really sad. So this one reads, new fan at hockey and know very little about the sport. Just moved to upstate, so my wife and I decided to follow the Sabres. Feels bad. Just my thoughts. Why the fuck are Middlestat and Ristolainen still playing any minutes? I have a hard time imagining that they are both NHL players. And then there's a couple of replies here before we get into it. First reply reads, you definitely picked the wrong team to follow for hockey, but hey, you do you, man. And then the next one, you might want to find a less painful hobby, like home dentistry or something.
Ouch. See, that goes back to the fans have no faith. They have no faith in the owners or the team.
I will give it to the subreddit of the Sabres. I always pop in there just to see what people are saying. In previous years, it's a lot of sadness and anger because of the disappointment. But this year, they're just kind of having fun with it.
I mean, wasn't it one year there was an Iroquois curse put on the team?
Oh, man. That was the year Eichel was named captain. Yeah, that was like 4 years ago.
And I'm just saying, the town of Fernie in British Columbia had a curse put on them by the First Nations. The town burnt down twice. They invited the First Nations back to get rid of the curse, and the town hasn't burnt down since. So maybe Buffalo needs some magic there. Need to get rid of this curse.
I think Buffalo Sabres fandom right now is kind of like they've reached a Joker mindset where like, haha, like the society and the state of the team is just such a joke. They're laughing at their own pain.
What else?
You know, they're just kind of having fun with it. If there's anyone left who even watches the games, like when we were in that 10-game winning streak, you know, the post-game threads would have like 500 to 800 comments on it. And then you look at the post-game threads now, and it's like 32.
I'm pretty sure that Instagram actually stopped posting the final score on the Buffalo Instagram. I was scrolling through and I was trying to find, or was either the Instagram or the Facebook, like where they post like, you know, just the final score from the game. I couldn't find it anymore. Until
that one I'm puzzled by, because they post the final score still on Facebook and Twitter.
Yeah, but not
where
Instagram.
arguably the fans are more vicious than Instagram.
Totally. Yeah, I noticed
a lot
that.
of teams don't post all their losses. I see it with a lot of teams. I used to follow every team on Instagram, which is way too much. But you'll just see it where a team loses and they just don't post anything. So maybe they were posting and then they went, oh, we should take a hint from the other teams that don't post all the scores. But that is weird. Yeah, Facebook would be a more violent place.
So. Yeah, Austin, you got another roast comment there? Or?
Yeah, I don't know if they took down the comment or the guy himself took down the comment, but the comment was taken down. But on March 24th, the Sabres had a partnership with Jägermeister, where they're offering a chance to win a virtual meet and greet with a custom Jägermeister Sabres jersey. And the top comment for a long time was, "There's not enough Jägermeister in the world that'll make this team watchable."
Ooh.
So whoever that guy commented that hero. There was another one we made a post about you can drop off fan cutouts, so you know, put yourself in the crowd. And the top comment was, "I paid for a cutout of my recently deceased aunt. I want to pick it up. I don't want her to see this. It's disrespectful to her."
Oh my god.
This goes back to the very famous joke of I want the Buffalo Sabres to bury me when I pass away so that they can let me down one last time. Just the famous joke there.
Oh man.
I don't know. After watching guys like Middlestat play, they might miss the burial hole putting me down.
Yeah, they might miss the net and then drop past it to Zibanejad and Panarin and lose in overtime, which happened tonight.
Funny enough, though, that overtime play wasn't our bad players out there. That was Reinhardt and Olofsson. So
nice. Well, I think they're all just playing bad at this point.
I have one more Twitter reply here, and it's actually kind of interesting because this guy said, in response to one of their many losses, has any professional team in any sport ever fired two head coaches in the same year, asking for a friend? Ridiculous, blowing a 3-0 lead versus a non-cup contender. And I did some looking onto this because it actually wasn't that long ago that an NHL team did this. They had two head coaches in the same year, and it was the 2011-2012 Los Angeles Kings. So they fired their main coach in early December, and then they had an interim coach come in, and it was like 20 days later, they fired the intern and hired Daryl Sutter, and they were 10th in the Western Conference with like a month to go in the season, month and a half, and then they came back to make the playoffs. And what did they do that season? They won the Stanley Cup. Isn't
So
that
what you're
crazy?
saying is, if we fire Don Granato, we're gonna win the Stanley Cup.
No, Daryl Sutter's already in Calgary. Sorry.
Well,
too
they'll
late.
probably
Looks like
fire
Calgary's
Daryl
gonna
Sutter
win.
pretty quickly too.
Yeah, true.
He'll bench Gaudreau for missing a practice, and then they'll fire him like they did to Hartley. So we only gotta wait a couple weeks till Sutter becomes free for us.
I think it's too late though.
Wonder if-
Like mathematically, aren't Buffalo eliminated already? Or no?
They got to be close.
Maybe not.
Gambling odds, yes. Mathematically,
Yeah,
no.
that makes sense. So
Put
in
your
theory,
bets in, guys. Put your bets in. The time is now.
imagine the
The
payouts.
moment you see,
Dude, a $5
Without
bet that
Eichel?
Buffalo wins the division right now. Imagine.
Without
$500,000.
Good luck. But you would win so much. Oh my gosh.
That'd be insane. So I've got a couple here now. Obviously, they won 6-1 versus Philadelphia Flyers. Just a couple, light-hearted ones just to kind of end us off. So a little less pain here. So and this one I think is actually a good point because not a lot of people think about this. But this guy on Twitter responded to their post on their 6-1 win. I'm a Leafs fan, but I'm so happy for all of you, especially the social media person. Because no one ever thinks of them, right? It's not actually the management that sees all these hate comments that we're talking about.
True.
It's the intern, right? The intern that's getting paid $10 an hour. He's in college and he's posting these, and he's just probably crying behind the keyboard for 18 games in a row.
And then finally has his moment. Can post Sabres win. Final score.
There's another one here. Is it cringy that I actually teared up on the final minute? So much frustration. I just wanted one friggin' win. I think that kind of sums up Buffalo fans this season. It's pretty sad.
I mean, I'd be lying if I would say that I didn't jump up when Montour scored that second goal. Like, it felt like for a brief moment we won the Stanley Cup.